This is a quick video on the Troybilt 2410 impeller mod. Now, I'm not the first one to do this. Many others have done this. Just people take different approaches, use different materials, etc. There are kits online that sell for, I think, around 50 bucks, which I think is just a ripoff. The items that you need, if you're a DIYer, many of you will probably have this hardware around your house, or you can just run up to your local hardware store and pick up the odds and ends that you need, and not nearly approach the price that these kits are selling for online. So I have a lot of hardware around the house that I keep a lot of spare parts and things like that. So these items, such as the nuts and bolts, I had those. These mending strips had those as well. And this is the only thing that I actually spent money on per se, and that's baler belt. This is a baler belt. It's actually a rubber belt. It has 2 layers of nylon running through it. Now, why is this good? Well, it just adds additional strength to this rubber. This rubber is flexible. I know people have used pieces of tire and other pieces of rubber. I've seen situations where, it's cracked down the middle or across the side or whatever. That will definitely not happen with this. So, I did hit the local Tractor Supply and I got the smallest spool of baler belt, and that's really the only expense that I had. I think that spool was 17 bucks or something. So, and chances are I'll use this baler belt for something else in another project. So, that's really it. So you need the nuts, the bolts, the mending strips, the rubber pieces. Now, I've seen some people just completely skip the mending strips or to actually help secure this to the impeller of the snowblower. But I like to take it up a notch, and I'm only going to use 2 bolts. I'm going to fill these 2 holes on each of the paddles. So there are 3 paddles on the impeller. They are curved, hence the reason that the metal strips here are curved, and that's essentially what you have to do to do this job. So I'm going to go out to the snowblower. We have a big snow coming tonight, so I'm kind of getting prepped for that, and I've been wanting to do this mod for quite some time. Out to the garage. Okay, we're in the garage, and we've got the snow chute, the directional snow chute removed from the Troybilt 2410, and we're looking down at the impeller here, and right away you can see what we're trying to take care of or trying to resolve is this this space right here that is wider than the width of my finger, which, let's do a true measurement here. I think on one end it's close to 3/4 of an inch, and at the other end it's maybe 5/8 or something like that, if that's accurate. So, the point of installing these rubber strips, as with any of the impeller kits, whether you purchase one or whether you make your own, as I have done, is to fill in this gap. Just till, just make the rubber strip just touch the metal as it's making its circular round, within the auger and the impeller housing. So that's it. We're going to go ahead and install these. I actually have that piece of rubber backwards, but it's going to be something like that. So I'm going to get these the holes drilled, the strips installed. Then I'll put all of this back. Oh, by the way, I didn't just remove the snow chute. I also removed the snow chute adjustment rod. It's very easy to remove these items. It's like a less than a 5-minute job. So back in a minute. Okay, here is a look at one of the paddles installed, and this turned out pretty good. I used Loctite on the bolts, so they're not going anywhere. The rubber itself could probably be just a little bit wider. I could have taken it wider over here, perhaps. I don't know if there would be an advantage to that, and maybe just a touch wider here. But this will serve the purpose. This will greatly help when, when you're doing your driveway usually in the middle of the driveway or what have you, it's pretty easy. The problem is when you get down to the edge of the street, the apron, where the street's been plowed and you get into that heavy slush stuff. It's mixed in with salt and everything. This will take care of that. This should help out a great deal. So I ran the rubber right to the edge, as you can see, and some people jam it up against the edge, and they say, well, it'll wear down and all of that, and I'm sure that works fine. In this case, I backed it off just a hair, so this should do, and that's it. To the gentleman who did the stator on this and did the light kit on this model, hats off to you. I believe the channel is called Eagle, and he actually did a stator. Actually, MTD made a stator. The stator sits here on the flywheel, or just in behind that cover, and that stator gives you AC power, and then you take the AC power into a DC converter, which those are relatively cheap and easy to find, and then into a battery, into a light kit. Now this unit did not come with a light kit. That was the only thing lacking on this. This is a great snowblower, but it would have been nice if they included a light kit on it. I know the newer ones are at a similar price point, have light kits, but this one does not. So hats off to the gentleman that did that. I'm going to do that with this model pretty soon. And I just got to figure out where he got the stator, because they don't make that anymore. I assume he pulled one off of another mower or another engine or snowblower or what have you. So we'll figure that out. Till next time, see ya.